Hi, welcome back to the Trust Your Worth podcast, the podcast that helps you tap in to the power of knowing your worth. My name is Brittany, and thanks so much for joining me here today. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about keeping on with your goals. We're over halfway through the first month of 2026, which is absolutely crazy. It really is just flying by. Wow. And there have been a lot of changes in my life. I want to tell you about some of them, but I'm excited for this episode because hopefully it will help you to keep on keeping on and stay on track with the amazing life you're trying to create. So let's get into it. Today's episode. So today we're talking about the I don't know, but I will era. This is the time for no excuses. There can be none anymore because excuses do not help us on the path to creating change and to create this life that we want, this dream life. So number one, I want you to remember as we talk about this, that your worth never changes as you change. So whether you achieve the goals you set out to achieve or not, just remember you're still worthy in whatever state that you are in and however you are. You're worthy. You're always worthy. So don't forget that. Okay. But let's talk about I don't know how, but I will. I love this phrase because there is no room for the excuses, because I literally have an episode of how everything is figure outable, and I truly believe that. Like, we can find a solution to anything if we're really willing to put in the time and the effort. I'm going to talk about the evolution of this podcast because when I started this, I had no idea how to do a podcast, and hopefully my format has improved. My equipment kind of has gone in different directions. I've been trying different things, but that is part of the process. I didn't know how to do a podcast, but now it's almost episode 100. That's insane. I've been doing this for 2 years, and this is the 48th episode, and in 2 more will be my 100th episode. I'm so incredibly proud of myself, but there was a lot of learning and a lot of, I don't know how, but I will. I don't know how, but I can figure it out. Like, how empowering is that? You can literally do that with anything. If you want to play an instrument, if you don't know how, but you will, you can find the resources. Sometimes you need a teacher, sometimes you don't. I taught myself how to play guitar. I did have proper piano lessons for several years growing up, which I'm truly grateful for. And then I kept progressing and learning new things on my own. And I'm excited because I've been getting back into singing and back into music because I have a goal that I want to make some music this year. So you might hear it and hear me sing, but it's going to be a fun little side project that I'm working on. But again, I don't know how, but I will. I think there are so many free resources to accomplish anything you want to accomplish. I love YouTube because there are so many free lessons. Case in point, there are so many free things we can learn on YouTube just by looking them up. Actually, one of them saved my butt one time. So I was driving back from Calgary with my brother and my friend, and we were in my parents' car. So it's not the car I normally drive, but we got a flat tire. So none of us knew, first of all, where the tire was. It was under the car. Didn't know that. And then how you get it out, Lexus, you're crazy. Like, it was so complicated. There was no way we could have figured that out without instructions. So thank you, YouTube. All I did was YouTube, looked it up on there, how to get the spare off this specific type of Lexus vehicle. And you had to like get a rod, put in another rod, stick it through the side where the license plate is, land it on the right screw, unscrew that screw, and that lets the tire down. Then you unhook the chain that the tire is on. And then you can just change a tire as you normally would, which I already knew how to do because I've changed many tires myself. because I'm a very proud single galley and I know how to do stuff because I've had to figure it out on my own. But thank you, YouTube. Yes, you can learn so many things. You can learn how to sew on there. You can learn how to cook. You can learn, like, it's free, guys. It's free. That's what's so crazy to me. The access to information is absolutely flabbergasting to me. This is why I'm like, you have no excuse if you want to learn how to do something because you can learn it. You really can. So let me go back to the beginning of my podcast. I have recorded music, so that was very helpful, and I have made movies before, so that was also very helpful. But combining them together and finding the right tools. So I've changed my microphone. I really like this handheld one because it helps me to stay engaged and keep my hands from like going all over the place, because I like to talk with my hands, but I find that can be distracting, and I still kind of do talk with my hands, but that is why I've chosen this particular microphone. And let me show you what I'm recording on. This is the Zoom P4, and it was one of the cheaper options. I wanted to go with the Rodecaster, which is like also has 4 mic inputs, and it has like a soundboard. This one has sound effects too. So you can program sound effects in there, but that's not this kind of show. But I wanted this because of the compact size, and also I did the research on it. I just knew the Rode one, even though it looks awesome and cool and lights up and has like these specific, I still use Rode microphone cords, and I do have a couple Rode mics. Even though the Rode had all these extra bells and whistles, I knew it was wrong for my podcast because I didn't need that. And I also wanted it to be so compact. Like, look how small this is. I can take this show on the road, which is the plan in the future. Like, I want to be interviewing people wherever they are, and it's so much easier for me to pack up my gear and just go because it's all very compact. So I planned for that, which is why I picked this particular machine. So now that I'm done nerding out on some of my gear that I use, I didn't know. I had to research. I literally researched it for a month, and surprisingly, this P4 was the cheaper option, and I was so excited about about how it was cheaper, but also how I knew it was right for me. And that is the same for everything in life. Like, when you are researching these things in your I don't know, but I will era, you are going to know when things are right for you. And that's what's so exciting, because you can try them. There are so many places you can rent things. If you want to learn a musical instrument, like here in Canada, there's a music store called Long and McQuaid, and they have an excellent rental program. It's free. You just have to like sign up for it. And then you can rent literally any equipment you want. Like if you wanted to learn how to record, you can rent recording equipment. If you wanted to learn the drums, you can literally rent the drums for a month and just see like, oh, do I like this? You can try different types of drums. You can try different types of guitars just by renting them and not investing fully until you find the right one for you. That's what's so exciting. I just love learning and I love to figure things out. But let's talk about when it comes to people. When you don't know, but I will. Because there's so many things, like if you're in a situationship, and if you're calling it that, you should probably get out, just FYI. But when it comes to other people and other people's agency, we have to respect that they can make choices too. So when we have problems with, and you're thinking of like, I don't know, but I will figure this relationship out, then I hope you put the time in, especially if you think it's worth keeping, that you put the time and the research into trying to create a win-win situation for both of you. Or maybe it's knowing like, hey, it's time to walk away. And that is you figuring it out. Like, it's okay to let things go if they're wrong for you. Totally, totally fine. If you are being mistreated, if you aren't feeling validated by friends or people in your life, then you don't need that dead weight in your life. You really don't. Maybe that's part of you being in your I don't know, but I will era, is like cleaning out the stuff that is not right for you and aligning more with what you want. And here is something that I thought about. There's another reel, I'm going to post it in here, that caused me to think about motivations, especially when it comes to the relationships around you and if they're good for us. And it is this question. Do you want the thing or experience, or do you want the appearance of the thing that others find valuable? Woo! Let me just say this again. I'm just going to reiterate it in a different way. Do you want the experience of the relationship, the career, or the peace, or do you just want the look of it? If you're thinking to yourself like, yeah, I definitely would love to be in a relationship because that's what you're supposed to do when you're this age. Or like an example in the video she gives is peace. And she words in this, are you okay with the chaos inside of you as long as nobody sees it? Are you just living in chaos, but you're cool with it because everyone thinks you're like okay? Everyone thinks you're in peace? Like, no, this is how misalignment happens. This is how you burn out. This is how we sit in pain longer when we don't seek out the tools and the things we need to figure it out sooner just because we wanted to hide it from everybody. So if you feel like you're hiding things from people, not a great sign. Doesn't mean you necessarily have to get rid of those people who you're hiding it from, because maybe you're doing it because you feel like it's better for them, or like you're trying to create peace within that relationship, or not hurt their feelings. But like your feelings are important too. And if you're also, this could just be a you thing where you're like, am I just performing because I want others to think I'm amazing and I handle my life? Like, no, you don't have to perform for anybody. Honestly, things in life would be a lot easier if you were just honest. And I'm finding that, especially as a people pleaser, I want to do things kindly and tell the truth kindly, but it's so hard for me to do. It's so hard for me to ask for things that I specifically need, especially when I'm like setting a boundary. Like, for me to just come out and say, hey, please don't do that. That really bothers me when you speak to me in that tone, because it brings up like triggering things. So please don't speak to me that way. I could just say that. Instead, I'm like, I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, I'm not okay. Why are you not okay? Well, I just like, I don't know how to say this, but like sometimes like you seem angry and it's directed towards me, and like, no. Sometimes when I think back on who I was and how I communicated, and I won't lie, I'm still not great at this, but I just wish I was more honest. And I think that's what really I want to get to the meat of this whole I'm in my I don't know but I will, is that it comes down to honesty, especially with yourself. Like, if you want to figure things out, if you want to accomplish things and really make this I don't know but I will era and get stuff done, then you need to be completely honest with yourself and figure out why you're doing the things you're doing. Figure out why. Whatever your why is. What is your motivation for your actions? Because actions are always motivated by things. Whether that's fear, which leads to usually not great results and longer times in places that we shouldn't be, or love and acceptance and truth and honesty will lead us to our more aligned selves and our happier selves and our happiest selves and our dream life. I just want you to live your dream life. Oh, I did say I was going to talk about my goals. So I'm trying to get my booty to New Zealand. It's been a dream of mine to get on this trip, but I've had to make a lot of changes. One of those changes is like obviously save money for this trip. And I don't know if you saw the SNL sketch about Uber Eats, like the Spotify Wrapped, but how it was Uber Eats Wrapped. I'm sick. I'm literally ill to think about how much money I spent getting food delivered to my house. Like it was at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. Ew, no, no. Oh, no. I don't want to do the math. That's so much money. I just eat it away. So I have made a change. I am trying to cook way more. And the only times I can eat out is if it's like with friends, like we're going out, like I'm thinking of like celebrating birthdays or whatever, like that's okay. But when I'm tired after work, that was a big time when I ate out. The amount of money alone I can save by just not eating out. So I am cooking so much more, and it's been going great. And specifically, I've started it this week, and it's been so fun looking up recipes. I'm eating things I really enjoy. I also am dairy and gluten free again. I should be my whole life, but like I finally went off it again because I need to. So those goals are going great, and I'm so excited. And it's been taking some work. I didn't know how to cook some things. Like, for example, I really love beef stroganoff. And I went to the store and bought all the ingredients. I was so excited. I was just like craving it. And it has cream and mushroom soup. And I was like, I get to the grocery store and I'm like, oh, no. There's literally, it says cream of mushrooms. There's cream in the soup. There's milk in the soup. So, and that's like a huge, and there's sour cream. And I was like, that's just pure dairy. I can't be eating that. No, but I really wanted it. And then I was like looking around and I was like, let's go to my aisle, my vegan aisle. I get in there. They had a dairy and gluten-free sour cream. And I was like, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but it was so fun to just try. Like it could have been a disaster and I would have been very sad. But all I did was just put the meat, onions, and the mushrooms, and then that sour cream in there. And it tasted almost exactly the same. It was slightly off, but the texture was perfect. Like, I was so proud of myself because I just tried it and I figured it out. I didn't know, but I did. And it was awesome. So I'm learning how to create alternatives to continue to eat things that I love, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm saving money for my New Zealand trip because I'm not eating out. Yay! Win-win all around. So your work this week is to just do that. It's just pick one thing that you don't know, but you're going to figure it out. It doesn't have to be your big goal. Like, I don't know specifically yet, like, all of the details of my New Zealand trip, but I'm, like, setting up the stages, right? So I've started to not eat out so I can save money, and now I'm looking for other ways to create some more extra income to save for this trip. And so that's I don't know how I'm going to do that right now, but I will, and I'm figuring it out. So just pick one thing, whether it's small, but like it gets you on the path to your goal. And I hope that you enjoy it and feel more aligned as you do so, and just be so proud of yourself that you're doing it, that you're taking such great steps to your happiest you and to your happy, worthy life, to the life that you deserve. You deserve it. Okay? Yay! All right, so that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. I have 2 more episodes. That's just insane. So I'm trying to plan something pretty cool for episode 100. And then I have a 3-week break after that. And then season 3 is going to start. And I'm so excited for what is to come next year. So thank you so much for listening. If no one has told you today, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do hard things. I'm proud of you. And don't forget to trust your worth. Okay. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.